What's up, guys? Layedbackgaming here, bringing you the Halo 4 Top 10 Racetracks of July, number 6 through 10. At number 10, we have Stealth Bomber by VP Sniper 14, and as you see from the overview, it is a double-wide map, and it looks really cool. It's a lot of fun to play on. The track itself is very smooth, and if I remember correctly, I don't believe VP Sniper has been in any top 10 before, so I was really happy that he made this top 10. I think this map actually deserves to be a little bit higher than it is, but again, I was really glad that he just made the top 10. I think this map is just a really fun map to play on. He has 2 Stealth Bombers made, and here's one right here you can see, and I think those look really cool on the map, and obviously that's why the map is called Stealth Bomber. But this map is very smooth to play on. Again, that's why I wish it was a little bit higher than it is because the map is very well made and really smooth. The jump right here works perfect. I've never had any problems with it, and you tend to land really perfectly without any bumps or anything like that, which I really like. And really the only minor problem with this map was the ending, and I'll get to that here in a second. But again, I don't think he's ever been into a top 10 before, so I was very happy that he finally made it into a top 10. I think that's awesome for him. And right here, you'll see the ending. You'll kind of jump up here, and there's some invisible shields, and sometimes if you don't know that, you'll try to turn before, and those shields will push you over a little bit more, and sometimes you can fall off the track, and it can kind of throw you off a little bit. But it's just a minor problem with the map, and that's the only thing I really found with the map. Other than that, it was really fun to play on. At number 9, we have NnnJEENKIINNSS by Bowzir KSI Milk Man, and that's an interesting name. It's a very long name, but yeah, it's unique, I guess. But anyway, this is a collision course map, and as you see from here, there's trip mines everywhere, and I'm just getting blown up and flipped over and everything. And what it is they have their own game type for this map, and I believe it's called It's Time, Let's Go, something like that. I'll have the download link to their game type in the description, but if you don't want to download it for whatever reason and you have race, then you can just modify it to where your player is invulnerable and the vehicles cannot be destroyed, because that's the main differences in the game types. And basically, like I said, again, this is a collision course, so you can race both ways. I'm racing only one lap for this video, but you can race the opposite way. And if you like collision courses, then I definitely recommend playing this map. It's really well made, and it works really well both ways. The track does. There's not really any problems from one way to another. Although on the very beginning of this lap, that jump on the very beginning of this lap can sometimes not work. I would say it's probably about 75% of the time it works. But there are some problems with that jump not working. But other than that, the map itself was fine, and racing it both ways worked out well. And again, if you love collision courses, then I recommend downloading this map and giving it a try. Especially, I feel like it would kind of be probably very hectic, but possibly could be really fun with a party of like 16 people. I can't imagine how that would be. There'd be mongooses, flying all over the place, hitting each other and, pushing each other off the maps. But, again, if you like collision courses, then you'll definitely, enjoy that. And, sometimes collision courses can be a lot of fun, and I enjoy racing them every once in a while. But, it was a great map by them, and I think they wanted me to say Leroy Jenkins in some ridiculous way. So I apologize for not giving it that proper introduction. But anyway, moving on to number 8, we have Gillette by Goldliner 49er, and I feel like for the most part Goldliner is more of a supercross track maker, but he does make roller coasters, and this one right here is very well made. I really love how he has the just massive spiral downhill. I think it just makes from the overview standpoint, makes the overview just look just amazing. It looks really cool looking down on it, and then just racing on it in general is just a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed racing roller coasters that have these just massive spirals going downhill. I can't remember the name of it, but there was one in Halo Reach that was just awesome. I mean, it had like 4 spirals downhill, and it was just so much fun to race on. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but again, this map is great, and Goldliner 49er has always just been a really good forger. This jump right here works perfect. I don't have any problems with this map that I could tell. But again, yeah, he's been a great forger, and he's always, I think he's made the top 10 like every time I've had it for the past, like 5 months, or the past 5 months that I've had it, I think he's made it every single time. He's always putting out quality maps and making really good maps. And if you like drift turns, then obviously you'll like this part right here. He's got a massive drift turn right here, and then finishes off with this right turn. And again, I thought it was a great map, and thought that Goldliner 49er did a really good job making this roller coaster. So be sure to go check this one out as well. Also, I'll go ahead and mention this first. Every single map in the top 10 is race compatible. A lot of people were wondering, which maps were racetracks and which maps were race. Every single map is race compatible. And now moving on to number 7, we have Siren by DjV RazoR, and I love the view of this overview. He kind of has this little effect on it that makes it look really cool, especially from the overview standpoint, but I really enjoyed racing this racetrack, and he has actually an intersection part of this map which I thought was really fun, especially again, if you kind of like collision course type stuff, sometimes you could kind of run into a player right here going through that rock intersection part. If you're coming around this corner and there's somebody else right about to go in there, then you can sometimes run into them right there, and I think that can be a lot of fun. I love that rock section though, because it was really smooth and really unique, and I like how he made that kind of a thin part right there above the track, because otherwise you would run into it. But there's also another cool thing that he does with the modded race game type. You can make invisible pieces. So right here, I actually originally thought it was a jump, but it's actually just a hill that the pieces are made invisible, so it kind of looks like you're in the air and not doing anything, which I really like. I know a lot of people don't like modded game types or anything like that, but I love that the modded race game type has come out, so you can have the normal race game type like in Reach, and then on top of that, there's a lot of cool little features that you can implement, like hiding racetrack pieces to make it look invisible and everything like that. And I really like that about that part of the track. I thought that was really awesome. And then finally at number 6, we have Thrillseeker by VERISON Sniper, and this is a double wide map, and I've been waiting for him to get in the top 10 for a while. I think he's submitted maps the past 2 months, and he's just now finally getting in, and I think this map should have been higher than it was, because it was just a fantastic map and very smooth. I couldn't really find anything that I thought was really wrong with this map. There was there's some minor problems, I guess, sometimes every once in a while, but for the most part I thought this map was just flawless and very well made. I think VERISON Sniper, in my opinion, is one of the better double wide forges out there, and he kind of just came out of nowhere. He hasn't been forging for that long that I know of, but I was definitely glad he finally got into a top 10, because he's been submitting maps, I believe, for the past 2 months, and he's just fantastic at forging. He kind of really reminds me of Noble Forger for making racetracks and everything, and I just love his maps, and I'm glad he finally got up in here, because last month he submitted 2 really good maps and didn't get in. I was pretty bummed about that, so I was really happy this map made it. I wish it would have made it a little bit higher, but it didn't, which is okay. But again, I thought this was just a really fun map to play on, and VERISON Sniper has got a lot of great maps, so I definitely recommend going to check out his file share. And guys, be sure to download all these maps. You will be able to download them all in the description. There will be download links to all those maps, as well as the race game type if you do not already have the race game type. So here's a list of all the maps right here. You can go check them all out. Again, all of the download links will be in the description, as well as the race game type. And if you want to watch the top 10 racetracks of July number 1 through 5, click this annotation. It'll bring you straight to the video. There's also going to be an annotation on that video that'll bring you to this video, so you can kind of alternate between the two. But guys, thanks so much for watching, and if you have any maps of your own that you would like to submit, racetracks, minigame maps, Slayer maps, anything like that, then please be sure to send me a message. Also, if you enjoyed this series and you want to see more videos like this, then please be sure to subscribe. Again, guys, thanks so much for watching.